Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 6 and today we will present Units 72 to 77. The members Lola Sepia, myself, Mutiara Alifa, Naifa Melia, Dini Lorenza, Oktri Salsabila, and Dian Laila Pertiwi. And the first material will be delivered by myself. So the material is in the office. I will explain about office equipment, office work, and office problems. Office equipment like files, calendar, filing cabinet, keyboard, monitor, computer, desk, notice board, briefcase, calculator, diary, drawers, and waste paper basket. Next, office work. Working as an office worker. Being an office worker is all about documentation, filing, and organizing data in a manageable manner, for which you require at least a high school graduation certificate. Therefore, you also need to learn the necessary computer and editing skills. What is your occupation if you work in an office? These jobs include file clerks, billing or accounts payable clerks, payroll supervisors, general ledger accountants, project accountants, auditors, accounting managers, supervisor, and controllers. Next is office problem like missed phone calls, calendar crossover problems, unread and missed emails, employee satisfaction, annual leave is out of control, invoices not being paid, data entry problems, maintaining a positive energy, running out of office stationery, office furniture getting damaged, and fire officer, and others. That's all. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mutiara Alifa with college number 2020-2050-32 from Group 6. For the chapters, I will explain the materials about business and finance. There are 4 sub-materials in this chapter, that is bank and business, profit and loss, rise and fall, and the last, business and economy. Let's start by knowing business and finance first. Business is the activity of trading goods or services with the aim of making a profit. In economics, business is an organization that sells goods or services to consumers or other business for a profit. In that sense, busy doing activities and work that brings profit. From a financial science point of view, talking about finance means that you will discuss how to study the financial condition of an individual, business, or organization. Starting from managing, increasing, empowering funding source, allocating funds according to posts, to calculating risk and prospect in the future. Finance can also be viewed from an administrative aspect. In this context, finance is how to manage money entering and leaving a business or institution. So, you will find the term financial management, which is a series of company activities, starting with getting funds, using funds, and managing company finance as a whole. A. Bank and business. People with entrepreneurial mentality are usually reluctant to spend capital from their own money. They think ahead about possibilities such as inflation and personal needs in the future. In Indonesia, only certain groups of people who dare to borrow money from banks for business capital. Companies often borrow money from banks to finance investment, equal pay for things they need to buy to help the company future, e.g. machines. This money is called a loan, and companies have to pay interest on it, e.g. if you borrow 1,000 pounds for a year and the interest rate is 10%, Then you have to pay back £1,000 plus £100 in interest. B. Profit and loss. In running a business, profit is king. Profits are defined as the amount of revenue minus the amount spent, which is the amount of money earned by a business during a certain accounting period. In general, the more profits you get, the better, because the profits can be reinvested in the business or saved by the business owner. If a company does not make a profit or lose, it breaks even in their first year of business. Companies receive money from selling their products. This money is called the turnover, and they spend money called expenditure on testing. Raw materials in their natural state, e.g., coal and oil are important raw materials used to make a plastic. And overheads equal things a company must always spend money on, e.g., rent, electric, and etc. For many companies, labor costs equal money paid to workers are very expensive. C. Rise and fall. These verbs describe trends equal movements in sales, prices, profit and loss, and etc. First, rise, go up or increase. Rise slowly, also gradually, go up steadily, rise sharply. And fall or go down or drop, fall slowly, fall steadily, drop sharply. And the last one is business and the economy. Most companies want to grow or expand equal get bigger, be successful equal do well and make a lot of profit, low inflation so prices do not go up, low interest rates to borrow money, economic and political stability equal no quick change in the economic or political situation. A healthy or strong economy equal an economy in good situation of an economy in recessions. And tax cuts equal tax reduction or lower taxes, so they can keep more of their profit. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Naifa Melia, NIM 2020205033. Today I will explain you about Unit 74 Sport Ball Games. So let's get started. The first is ball games. There's so many ball games. There is football, basketball, tennis table, tennis, volley, rugby, and baseball, golf, hockey, and many others. So next is there is equipment, what you need to play the games. So for what we need to play the games, for most ball games you need boot or training shoes. So we need a boot or training shoes for playing the games. And you need racket for tennis, a bat for baseball or table tennis, a stick for hockey, and clubs for golf. Next is things you can do with a ball. So there is throw, so we can throw the ball, and head it, yeah, head. Pass it, so pass it like maybe like we give that the ball to the other player. And there is hit it, we hit that ball and catch it, so we catch that ball. And there is kick it, so we always do this in the football. Next is place and people. So place, we will talk about place. The playing area for football and rugby is called a pitch. So the area playing for football and rugby is pitch. around the pitch there is an area for spectators or the crowd. People who watch the game. So in the pitch there is a area for spectators or the crowd. So we can say maybe supporter. Yeah, supporter. And the total area is the stadium. The playing area for tennis, volleyball, and basketball is a court. For golf, it is a course. And we talk about officials. Football and rugby have a referee. Tennis and basketball have an umpire. Football, the referee uses the whistle to control the game. Next, there is a winning and losing. Spain and Switzerland are 3-2. So Switzerland lost to Spain 3-2. In other words, Spain won the match. Switzerland lost the match. So it means like Spain have the point is 3 and the Switzerland have the point is 2. And then we can see in the player playing ball games, if the Spain is the winner because Spain have the many points than Switzerland. And if two teams or players have the same score or number of goals or points at full time of the game, it is a draw. We can also use draw as a verb. Example, we draw 2-2. When a game is in progress, we use lead to describe the position of the teams or player with the most goals or points, and test to describe the score. At halftime, example, at halftime, Brazil are leading Chile 2-1. So here leads score in 2-1 to Brazil. And I think that's all. I hope you can understand. And I'm so sorry if I have a mistake. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. Thank you for watching our presentation today. My name is Dini Lorenza with NIM 2020-20-53T4. Here I will explain a little material about sport and leisure. A. Sport. The first athletic was done on the equipment was a lot vest, shoes, running, short, and glass helmet. The second, motor racing sport is done on a circuit and the equipment uses a cross helmet. The third is the swimming sport, which is done in a pool and the equipment that most the usage is a swimming costume for women and trunks for men. The fourth one is boxing, done is the ring and the equipment that must be worn is a vest, short. The fifth, ice hockey is done at the tree and the equipment is sticks, tackles, and puck. And the last, skiing sport is done in ski slopes and equipment is ski sticks, ski squid, and ski boots. B. Outdoor leisure activities. The first, hiking example sentence is I really enjoy hiking. The second one is camping example sentence I often go camping is the summer. The third, rock climbing example sentence I do a bit of or a lot of rock climbing is flawless. And the last one is jogging example sentence. Jogging keep me fit or keep my body healthy. C. What do you do? Notice the common verb plus noun combination e.g. do exercise or play a game. Do you do much sport? I go skiing in the winter or play a lot of ice hockey. I go to the gym or gymnasium twice a week, where I do aerobic and a bit of weight training. Is it offensive to join or become a member of a sport club? I plan to take up or start golf when I get older. I have to give up or stop. Athletics often injure my back. Swimming is good for you or helps people to stay healthy. You need to do or take more exercise if you want to keep or become fit or get in good condition. A. Which team do you support or like and follow? B. Real Madrid. If you supported them all my life. Do you take it seriously? A. I take sport very seriously. Our sport is very important to me. When I play team games and very competitive, or I try hard and always want to win. What about you? B. No, I'm the complete opposite, or I'm completely indifferent of my exactly the same. I only play for fun or for pleasure or enjoyment. Well, that's all the material that I can convey more. And let's apologize to Allah. I beg your forgiveness. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Oktri Salsabila with NIM 2020-205035. In this video, I will explain Unit 76 about cinema and theater. Happy watching! First, definitions of cinema and theater. Cinema is a building that contains an auditorium to watch a film without showing live performance, and theater is a building or outdoor area that houses dramatic presentations and stage entertainments with live performance. The second, inside a theater. In the theater, there are several things that need to be known, namely 1. Curtain. Curtain is a cloth that is used to cover the preparations being made by the theater performers. The curtains were opened after the theater started. 2. Stage. Stage is where the drama is played. 3. Aisle. Aisle is a passage that separates one row from another. 4. Stalls. Stalls is the lower flat area, usually below or at the same level as the stage. 5. Row. Row is the order of sitting in a theater. 6. Box. Box typically placed immediately to the front, side, and above the level of the stage. And 7. Circle. Circle is a circular seat. The third, plays and musical. At the theater, you can see plays, example, Hamlet, written by Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet, written by Shakespeare, and Death of a Salesman, written by Arthur Miller. And at the theater, you can see musical, example, Phantom of the Opera, written by Andrew Lloyd, Wicked, written by Gregory Maguire, and West Side Story, written by Bernstein and Stephen Sondheim. If you want to watch play, usually you have to order a ticket in advance. When you see the play or film, it is called a performance. The evening performance usually starts at 8 p.m. The fourth, cinema. Cinema is a building that contains an auditorium to watch a film without showing live performance. Cinema is used to watch films that are shown on the big screen. Films are usually made in English, American, Chinese, and various other countries and usually have subtitles or dubbing. To watch movies, we usually have to buy a ticket in advance. The person who makes the film is director. Example, Steven Spielberg. And the people in the film are actors. Famous actors are often called film stars. Example, Julia Roberts, Emma Stone, Tom Cruise, and others. The fifth, types of film. There are many types of films, among others. 1. Action. Action is a type of film that presents action or combat in a film. Example, Indiana Jones, Iron Man, and etc. 2. Adventure. Adventure is a type of film that presents an adventure or exploration to a location or to an unknown place. Example, Pirates of the Caribbean series. 3. Romance. Romance is a type of film that focuses on a particular love story or relationship. Example, A Star is Born. 4. Comedy. Comedy is a type of film where the goal is to make the people watching it laugh. Example, Home Alone. 5. Disaster movie. Disaster movie is a film that contains a disaster. Example, Titanic. 6. Horror. Horror is a type of film that aims to scare the audience. Actually, horror films contain elements related to ghosts, mystical, demons, and the world of the occult. Example, The Conjuring. 7. Thriller. Thriller is a type of film that presents an element of tension that can stimulate adrenaline throughout the film's storyline from the beginning to the end of the duration. Usually combined with elements of horror, mystery, or action. Example, Shutter Island, and there are many other types of movies. The sixth, describing plays and films. Journalists who write about films and plays are called critics, and their articles are called reviews. Well-known journalists such as Vincent Canby. These are some common words they use. 1. Brilliant or superb acting, fantastic acting. 2. Very moving, has a big effect on our emotions. 3. Violent scenes, scenes including fighting and death. 4. A slow film, boring. 5. An awful, dreadful film, terrible. 6. A grieving story, exciting and interesting. 7. Good fun, enjoyable but not serious. 8. A complex plot, story with many ideas. The seventh, telling the story. Telling a story is retelling the content of the story we have watched. Example, the film is set in the 1920s. It's about a young man from a poor background who meets a girl and they fall in love. But her family don't accept him, so they run away. At first, everything is fine, but then things go wrong and she has to leave him and they will be unhappy. I think enough for my video. Thank you so much for watching and thank you for your attention. I'm sorry if there is a mistake. I end. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Diana Pertiwi. My ID number is 2030205109. And here I want to explain my vocabulary about music. Well, the first material is about definition of music. Music is a form of art that uses sound organized in time. Music is also a form of entertainment that puts sound together in a way that people like, find interesting, or dance to. Music is sound that has been organized by using rhythm, melody, or harmony. The word of music comes from the Greek word mousik, which means the art of the muses. In ancient Greece, the muses include the goddess of music, poetry, art, and dance. Next, types of music. Actually, there are a lot of types of music, but here I want to explain about 4 types of music. First is classical music. Classical music is art music produced or rooted in the traditions of Western culture, including both liturgical or religious and secular music. For example, Beethoven, Mozart, J.S. Bach, Johann Strauss II, Richard Strauss, and etc. Next, opera music. Opera is a form of theater in which music has a leading role and the parts are taken by singers, but is distinct from musical theater. For example, La Bohème by Puccini, Carmen by Bizet, and La Marseillaise by Roger Delisle. Third, rock and pop music. Rock and pop music is a form of popular music that evolved from rock and roll and pop music during the mid and late 1960s. For example, Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones, Light My Fire by Doors, and etc. And the last one is jazz music. Jazz is a music genre that originates in the African American communities of New Orleans, Louisiana, United States, in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. For example, Miles Davis, Billie Holiday, Duke Ellington, Benny Goodman, and etc. Next is musical instruments and the musician. Piano is played by pianist, guitar is played by guitarist, drum is played by drummer, saxophone is played by saxophonist, and violin played by violist. Okay, people who perform the music. First is rock and pop music are usually performed by a group or band. For example, Bon Jovi or Travis, most groups have a lead singer, a lead guitarist, a bass guitarist, and a drummer. Next, solo artists. For example, Robbie Williams or Madonna play with a backing group, and some of them are songwriters. And the last one is classical music is written by a composer by, for example, Bach, and performed by an orchestra with a conductor, and some music also has a choir. Okay, for the last material is about a hit record of music. A hit record is a song that is very popular and loved by many people. For example, Bohemian Rhapsody was a hit single for Queen, and Angel was a hit single for Robbie Williams. And Sgt. Pepper by the Beatles is one of the most famous albums ever made. In the United States and the United Kingdom, a single is usually considered a hit when it reaches the top 40 of the Billboard Hot 100 or the top 75 of the UK single charts and stays there for at least 1 week. Okay, I think enough. That's all of my materials. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry if there are any inconvenience. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.